wait is over. Hello everybody, I am Sven and I'm here at Wagpos High School, and this is your location for the Cyclab Schools National Final. It's obviously a 2-day event, inter-schools, inter-provincial. It's going to be awesome. Let's go check it out. Okay, so once you've come through the first gate of the school, you're going to be met with a second gate. And those of you that are coming from far, this is where the hostels will be, where all of you will be staying. And once you've gone through the gate, you turn left to get to the school hall where registration will be taking place. Right, so we're in the front of the school hall here, and this is where registration is going to be taking place on Friday when you arrive from 3 o'clock. And from here, everyone will be taken to their accommodation at the hostels. Okay guys, on Friday, after you've done the registration, one of the staff from Wagpos High will take you to your accommodation, and typically it's going to be at one of the 3 hostels. So here we are at Hoerskool, which is an example of one of those. So Wagpos High School has got a proud tradition of being an agricultural school, and you can see evidence of it all over the place, from the livestock to the farming implements. But don't worry, the course will be completely free of animals.
My name is Wynand Blomkamp, operational head at the Hoerskool Wagpos here in Brits. We are, as a school and a community, we are extremely excited to be hosting this wonderful event at our school. It's a huge honor. It's a tremendous privilege to be hosting this at our beautiful school. It's going to be a wonderful day, and we are really looking forward to it.
We find ourselves in the heart of the race village. This is actually the start chute, and this is where it all is going to happen. The Cyclab Schools National Final. This is your course review, and it's brought to you by Garmin. Before we get to that though, I've got a very special guest with me, Toby, who is the president of School Cycling South Africa. How are you, my friend?
How are you, Sven? I'm fine, and yourself?
Are you as excited about this as I am?
I'm smiling from ear to ear. I cannot believe that it's that time now. That is such a fantastic venue. Thanks to Wagpos, obviously. Thanks to Cyclab, who has run the series with us and in partnership with School Cycling South Africa. On the first day, we'll have all the schools that have qualified nationally from all the provinces coming together on Saturday to take part in the schools final. And on the Sunday, we have the provinces competing against one another to see who's the best school cycling province in South Africa.
But before we get there, we've got a course review to show you guys. We're going to go around, have a look at the course so you can see what to expect when you arrive on race day. Okay guys, here I am in the start chute, and you better have about 100 meters before you exit this field. It's the main school field. This is also where the finish line is going to be, incidentally. But you've got about 100 meters until you exit this particular field, and it takes you to an adjacent field just below this one, where we do a loop, come back onto this field through the feed zone, which is going to hug the side of the field, and onto the course itself. Okay guys, I'm standing on a section of the route which is just outside the race village, and you can see this Jeep track is actually one of 4 sections on the course which are going to be prime for overtaking. So really need to pay attention. There's a lot of single track on the route here at Wagpos, and this area here, as you come out the race village, is going to be perfect for you to be able to overtake. On race day, it will not look the way that it does right now. We're going to divide it into 2 halves. The track on my left will obviously take you into the route and into the forest, some of the fun single track sections. And then once you come out, on my left, going back into the race village, you'll feed back onto the field. So we've come off the race village, down the dual carriageway, and this is where the fun begins for real, because as you turn left down here, we're onto the route itself. As you can see, we are standing on one of the beautiful features that have been built by the guys from Wagpos High School, and they really have done a fantastic job in creating a beautiful course for everybody to ride on. It's also important to note though, this is still quite early in the route, and as you can see, it is fairly wide, so you still have a chance to overtake here. There aren't many places on the course, so please, again, make use of the opportunity to overtake. And guys, do not go around the obstacles. They will be closed off. You have to go through them. So one of the things I really like about the route here at Wagpos High is the variety. There really is a lot of variety in this course. And this little uphill here, which is quite steep, is a perfect example of just that. When you take this uphill, it's a little bit loose, a little bit sandy. you're going to need a little bit of momentum to get to the top. For the big guys, watch your head under that branch. So we're just about 1 kilometer into the route and we come across the Vita Key section. As you can see, it's nothing intimidating, but by now you should have track position because this follows quite a lot of single track through the forest. Right after the first forest section, you're going to be presented with this drop-off, guys. It's not extremely technical, but on the first lap particularly, just watch yourself, because as you get to the bottom, there's a sharp turn to the left that goes over a little bridge. So just on the first lap, please watch it. So we're into the course about 2 kilometers, and here you can see a series of 3 bridges. Okay, that one nice and easy. Obviously you're going to hit this one a little bit from your right. The bridge in front of me is slightly smaller, but why it is tricky is immediately after the bridge, you're going to have to take a left. Okay guys, it would be remiss of me not to mention these thorn trees. They are all over the place. Thankfully, not many of them would be found on the route itself, but it would be advisable to convert your bike to tubeless if you have not done so already, and also ride with plugs so that if you do happen to encounter one of these bad boys, you can fix it en route. So just after the 3 bridges, we enter a very beautiful forest section again, but I just want you to pick your lines carefully again, particularly on the first lap, because the riding's quite tight, and just pick your line carefully. And this is another example of what I mean. Don't worry, that power box there will be covered on the day, and it will have rugby sponge and, you know, protective covering on it, so it should be safe. But you can see this here is exactly that sort of thing. You need to pick your line very carefully. There is a branch that goes across there, slightly off camber, and if you slip, you're going to end up in the mud, so be careful. Three kilometers into the course, we come across the Cyclelab Key section. As you can see, this is single track, guys, so please do not go off the designated riding area. And also, there's a beautiful little sand pit here that you don't want to miss. A lot of fun, good riding. And the features just continue to come here at Wagpos. Nice, beautiful rollers to ride. Okay guys, up until now we've had a lot of fun. There's been single track through the forest, but this is where it's going to start getting real. You can see behind me, this is the Garmin Rock and Roll climb. It is the second longest climb on the course, but believe me, it is the steepest. You're going to feel it on lap 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we're doing 5, you'll feel it on lap 5. Immediately after that, you'll drop into the forest, beautiful single track through the forest, and just when you think you're finished, there's another climb waiting, so save your legs before you get onto the race village. Okay guys, as promised, you have got one final climb to the top, and then it's going to be a nice, beautiful descent back onto the race village. Okay guys, we have just completed the second and final climb on the route here at Wagpos, and about to do the descent, but I thought really important again just to make mention of the terrain here. You can see a lot of loose rocks. Okay, so it is quite technical, but this is the Cyclelab National School Final and you're gonna love it. And we're going along a beautiful section on the side of the mountain, about to hit a drop-off. Okay, this little drop-off here is actually the very last obstacle before you're going to hit the straight onto the race village. Not really technical, but watch it on the first lap. Right, so we have just come off the dual carriageway and we're about to enter the race village. When you hit this point, there really isn't much time left to claim your spot on the top of the podium. So really, this is where you need to give gas. Right guys, we are on the finish line. We have just completed 6 kilometers of mountain biking heaven. It really is the perfect challenge for the Cyclelab Schools National Final. Plenty of variety, lots of fun to ride. Thank you to everybody that's made it possible. Wagpos High School, School Cycling South Africa, my team from Cyclelab, and everybody else that's involved. We cannot wait to welcome the learners on the 30th of September, 1st of October at the Cyclelab Schools National Final. It's going to be an epic event.